Hello, my name is Zachary Lindsay, and this is my second blog post for the University of Akron Emerging Leaders class. So today's blog post is about the Tunnel of Oppression. So the Tunnel of Oppression is this walkthrough that we were required to attend as a class in the student union. It was about a week and a half ago, and basically it was probably a 40-minute walkthrough, kind of however long you spent reflecting, processing, and it was a variety of topics that are very present in today's society, and they all relate to oppression. And I think for me, I didn't know what to expect going into it. Honestly, I thought it would be kind of like a variety of video clips maybe on like racism. But I was so surprised with all the various topics that were discussed and all of the feelings and emotions that really consumed me. So jumping right into it, I think the biggest one that honestly really pulled at my heart, I guess you could say, was the bullying and body image. So this is something that, is very present. You hear about bullying all the time. I remember hearing about it in high school and even middle school. We would have speakers come in, but just reading these stories from kids in high school and college, it really just, seeing pictures and watching video clips, it's one thing to be in a school and listen to, a speaker, but you're kind of not all there. But in this tunnel of oppression, there was, it was dark lights. You walk through, you look at each picture, there's no one telling you what to do, and honestly, that's really what got to me most. So I remember there was a couple particular stories from bullying, and there was even like this one diagram, and then there was this like rope hanging down, and about a boy who I believe committed suicide, and it really just toyed with me, and it made me kind of rethink the way I treated other people in high school. And now today, as I go each day, thinking about that experience, how I can change the way I communicate, interact with other people. It's all about living intentionally. And then I moved a little further, and the thing that probably impacted me most was these two pictures. So one picture was a woman, and the other picture was a man, and they were cutouts, but it was today's standards of what a man and woman are supposed to look like. And it was all about arm size and chest and belly and legs. And that really just got to me. There's these types, I've fallen into like the mindset, like, so I, work out and I love to lift weights, and I become so consumed. It's something that I fall into, especially, you don't often hear about this from a guy's perspective. More than often, it's the girl's perspective where they want to, be very skinny and very curvy. But the guys also go through the same mindsets. We want to have the biggest muscles, and we want to have the six-pack, and we see these celebrities, and it's not an accurate perception of what a man actually is. And I think that really got to me, because I watch shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians and The Hills, and there's plastic surgery shows, and you see all these things, but until you actually see it in front of you, that was one that I probably spent a lot of time looking at. And then the other things that really surprised me were things like ageism. That's something that I go day to day never honestly thinking about. Also ableism, another thing like that's present. But I worked actually last summer at a summer camp in Chicago, Ray Graham Ministries, where for people with physical disabilities, and that was something that became aware to me. But ableism is just another topic that I don't think we're exposed to on the day-to-day. It's something we try to avoid in society, and that was really moving for me. Also war and unrest and genocide were another two topics that I think go sort of hand in hand, and I don't think we truly understand what that is. I love history, and so in high school I took a lot of AP history classes, and so you read things, you see pictures, but there was so many other pictures, and there was this one picture I remember in particular that was a man with a gun, and he was just standing near a bunch of heads, and I'm sure it was probably somewhere in the Middle East. And yeah, it's just like we live in such a crazy world where all these things are so present, and it's just insane, you know. And there's only so much you can do, but one step that we all can do is just become aware. And so that's why the tunnel of oppression was really huge for me, and it was so many different areas, like homophobia, you know. We're becoming in an increasingly environment, world, society where there's more and more homosexual people, and it's like there's so many, you know, I'm a Christian, but there's so many other Christians in the world who discriminate against them, and it's like that's not showing love to people, that's not like honoring their rights, and it's insane and crazy. And also healthcare disease discrimination, something that I was really unaware of. That was something that I had never even really thought of before. So all the topics of the tunnel of oppression were really neat to me. But one of these areas that I'd like to focus on is bullying and body image. And from a leadership perspective, two people come to mind. And both of these people have positive and negative effects. So the first person who comes to mind for me is Arnold Schwarzenegger. So huge bodybuilder, someone who I personally, you know, always look up to for lifting weights and stuff. So basically, there's two strands of thought. Yes. You've got Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he gets, you know, he lives this insanely healthy lifestyle. He gets very bulky, the greatest bodybuilder ever, and he gets huge. So one thought is he's an insane athlete and he's living an amazing healthy lifestyle. But another thought is people, you know, and even me at times, have strived to be like him so much that, you know, you work out too much or you don't eat correctly. One thing I see is like this is called pre-workout, and this is the Arnold Schwarzenegger pre-workout. And so like I drink this in the morning, and I have this like perception in my head that I'm going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger one day because I take this supplement. And that is a negative area. Like that affects people. And I don't think people fully understand that sometimes. Like something so little as a supplement is truly like affecting someone else's body image. So that's one negative effect. And the positive effect really for Arnold Schwarzenegger is just his advancement. I mean, he's changed a lot of people's life based on the methods and things that he's done, you know, and that's amazing. You know, he's probably helped people lose lots and lots of weight, but to at what cost, you know, people obsessing and stuff. So I don't know, there's just positive and negative effects to his leadership style in that area of body image and bullying, specifically body image. But yeah, I mean, I think that also correlates to bullying, because if people aren't happy with their body image, if they believe they're too overweight or something, a lot of times there's correlations to those people getting bullied. And obviously that's not great. Another person that comes to mind in the bullying and body image is Kim Kardashian. So Kim Kardashian is a person who, you know, alters her body image with plastic surgery and, you know, different types of surgeries, and when she takes photo shoots, it's not the correct, you know, it's like filters and edits and stuff to alter the way she looks. And there's millions and millions of girls and guys who look up to that and see the way she's altered herself, and they don't, you know, they get consumed with that image and they want to look like that, but it's not true. And there's other people who have stood up against that, like Demi Lovato. She always has this campaign called Confidence and new photo shoots where she does it like completely natural, to try to like undo that backwards kind of thinking. So that's a negative effect of Kim Kardashian. And also with the bullying, if you ever watch her show or see her lifestyle, she's always gossiping and talking about other people, and that's just contributing to this whole bullying aspect. So more and more people watch that show, and then they think it's okay to talk, you know, about other girls and about things people do, and it's just leading to more gossip and more bullying and more hatred. And so like this body image and this bullying, it's going hand in hand. So yeah, I mean, it's just not good. So I think a positive way Kim Kardashian impacts this category is, I think, the way she is very generous with her money. She donates to a lot of charities, so that's really neat. But yeah, I think more like nowadays she's really starting to come around. I know she's had interviews where she discusses body images and she supports feminism. And yeah, I don't know if the bullying thing ever is going to change. I think she's always going to gossip about other people, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. So I think what these people need to do differently is, one, I think the reality shows need to stop. I think that's such a horrible way to like go about life, but yeah, I hope the reality shows stop, and I think when that stops, then there's gonna be less and less highlighted of all this bullying and all this like celebrity lifestyle being exposed. And so another question that's coming up here is, what type of support does a leader need to truly make change? I think the support a leader needs to truly make change is it needs the support of other people. So, we need to get all these people together and come behind, I mean, a lot of times you see commercials for things like, dogs who are being abused or children with cancer. And the similarities you see in all of these things are because people come together, like celebrities are donating money and they're coming together. And so I think you need support from multiple people. You need collaboration to truly make change and truly inspire change. Also, what are some ways a leader can rally support from citizens? One way is, I think nowadays the most important one is social media. Social media is so huge. Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. This is like the easiest way to raise awareness. I mean, I know me personally, I don't even really watch TV that much, but I know I check my social media all the time, and so I think social media is a huge way that leaders can rally support from citizens. Also, I think just asking questions, like getting involved is another huge one. Asking questions, getting involved is big. All right, well, I'm looking through all these questions, and I think I've covered everything. Again, Tunnel of Oppression was just a really, really impactful experience on me, and it kind of opened my mindset to a lot of different viewpoints, specifically bullying and body image. Two leaders who really have both negative and positive changes in that area are Kim Kardashian and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I hope you enjoyed my secondary blog post, and have a wonderful Sunday night.